Hello, hi. How's everyone doing today? Hope y'all are doing well. I'm this is gonna be a really short stream. In fact, the stream is so short that I'm not gonna prolong this bit any more than I need to. Yeah, today is gonna be a Genshin day. Because okay. I have a really scuffed work schedule for the next 3 weeks. It's currently 5:45 Pacific, and at 7:30 Pacific, I have another work meeting. Now, I could very well just I could have streamed earlier, but I was also working. I was also waiting for another coworker to like do stuff for me, and man, all right. Let's see here. There's event stuff. Yeah, so there's more gameplay related things for this event. However, I think what's going to be more interesting to see is the story, because I haven't, so I have yet to actually like experience the story, but I've heard some stuff which is fascinating. So okay. If we have time to do the gameplay stuff, we can move on to that. But for now, let's just focus on the story bits. I still have to do my I still got to do my dailies and spend my resin as well. I don't think my resin's going to cap during this call, however, so I think we should be good there. I will, however, swap here. Also, I hope chat doesn't mind, but I have been playing Fire Emblem off stream.
Too slow.
Because it is a pretty big game, and whenever I do have some, and okay, I could stream it when I'm like instead of playing it off stream, but it would have to be at really degen hours, like 10 p.m. Pacific, where I don't think my usual audience is going to be there. I might attract a few night owls or even some EU folks. But we'll see, we'll see. Oh. Okay, okay, even though I want to try to do as few gameplay stuff as possible, there are things that are going to max out that I want to make sure don't max out, here, like my realm currency.
This realm...
Alright, cool.
If you ever have...
And that's another weekly challenge done. Yeah, I figured, if I do all these, like, chore-like stuff, beforehand, that'll give people time to, like, come on, because I know Fimble told me he wanted to see a stream today. Okay, yeah, we wanted to go here. And because this is a leeway event, let's have a leeway character. I remember, for story purposes, I want leeway characters in here. And we have 2 leeway characters in this party. That's already pre-made, so this party it is. Okay. For a hot sec, I thought Lilupar... Because of perspective shenanigans, I thought Lilupar was just a massive decoration in the center of the pavilion. Okay. So somewhere between 8 and 10 a.m. Okay, this should be it. Come on. You know, the 2-day thing wouldn't be that necessary if it wasn't for the fact that every other, like, in-game time gated thing is like, oh yeah, wait 2 days. Not 1, but 2 days.
Looks like it's about time for us to meet up with Ganyu. Let's head to Eugene Terrace.
I thought this was... Oh, wait, no. This is the... That's right. This is the actual, like, fancy area. I remember now. Oh, that's literally just her idle animation. They literally just played her normal idle animation.
Greetings, Traveler and Paimon. What time is it?
Are you okay, Ganyu? You were nodding off there. Didn't you sleep well last night?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Let's discuss the matter at hand. Since last time, I've been thinking a lot about the story Paimon told me. In essence, someone rescued a drowning man and performed some music. If that were all there was to it, it could have been many people, human or Adeptus. But the tune was allegedly so wonderful that the drowning man forgot about everything else, even his own impending death, and only came to his senses after being brought to shore. Perhaps there was an adeptal power at work in that music that he, as a mortal, could not perceive. Or perhaps he sensed a power surrounding him but lacked the words to describe it, not knowing where it came from. Either way, if this part of the story is true, then the rescuer has to have been an Adeptus.
You really think so? But this story is all the way from Fontaine. Isn't this a bit of a long shot? Also, Paimon's really curious about how people from Fontaine think this fairy lady looked.
Having wings or horns. Since we're just talking to Ganyu, we'll go with the horns.
Then she looked just like Ganyu. Guess that does technically make sense. Actually, Ganyu, if you had to save a drowning person, how would you go about it?
Huh? Me? Well, I'd get them to the shore, and then I'd probably hide behind a tree and watch them for a while. Once I was sure that they were going to be okay, I'd slip away without a sound.
How degen we feeling today, chat? Alright, no one's here. No one's here to hold me accountable, so I'm gonna go with the degen route.
So basically, Ganyu's the type of person who doesn't like taking credit for her good deeds.
No, it's not like that. I'm just not very good at explaining things. And I also find it really awkward accepting other people's gratitude.
Well, what if this Adeptus in the story had a similar attitude? That would explain why she just left without saying a word. She was probably thinking something like, one was merely passing by and saw fit to address this egregious disruption to one's graceful zithering at once.
What the
You
fuck?
may keep your thanks to yourself.
Where did she learn that?
That was
Oh my
actually
god,
a
okay,
very
never
good
mind.
impression of Cloud Retainer, Paimon. As far as I'm aware, Cloud Retainer isn't the most musically gifted. Still, we can't completely rule her out just yet. If we set off now, we could head to Mount Outsung and ask her about it.
Oh, that's how you pronounce it? I pronounce it Aokang. Okay, it's definitely not Aokong, because it's an A. But Aosang. Alright.
You'll be able to confirm either way if it's her, and I can... I've been in Lea Harbor for so long now that I'm just not as familiar with the Adepti anymore. If there's anything we want to know about them, she's the best person to ask.
Sounds great! And we're pretty close with Cloud Retainer by now, so we probably don't even need to bring her food this time, right?
I've prepared a gift for her to mark the festival, just in case. However, Cloud Retainer spends most of her days studying mechanisms in her abode. She's on her own so much of the time that the moment she has someone to chat with, she just... Never mind. I promised I'd help Mr. Dvorak, and now that I've made the contract, I can't be having... Traveler, Paimon, let's set off for Cloud Retainer's abode.
Aye, aye.
Seems like this is a tough decision for Ganyu, but she's made up her mind now. Paimon gets why she'd be so anxious. Okay, how about this? If Cloud Retainer tries to start telling stories about her again this year, we should pipe up and change the top. Wait, did she leave already? Hey, Ganyu, wait up!
Alright. Ausang. All right, now Ausang. Now Aus. I don't know why I thought it was okay, the K. I feel like that's an understandable mistake, but I am just now realizing that that's a second A and not a second O. Ausang.
Paimon's so tired from trying to keep up. Don't either of you need to take any breaks?
I can't believe it. Cloud Retainer is not here.
Huh? Did we miss her?
She doesn't like to travel, so in the past, it's always been the other Adepti who come to visit her during the festivals. True. Now that I think about it, Cloud Retainer would be quite capable of taking care of anything on her own. There's no need to worry about her. Since she's not here, I guess the next step is to check all the other Adepti abodes, one by one.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Will it involve a lot more traveling? Got it! Paimon has a great idea!
Please go on, Paimon.
Our goal here is to find the Adeptus that helped Dvorak's ancestor, right? We can't hear any music right now, but if she's really as nice
No,
as
Paimon.
definitely come to
Paimon,
help
we are not
anyone
crying
who would
wolf.
I think that's fair to say.
So, all we have to do is get the Traveler to pretend to fall into the water, and the Adeptus will come to the rescue! You know perfectly well that Paimon can't swim! Paimon would sink like a rock! Just trust Paimon! The water's pretty deep over there! Quick, swim to the very center!
Wait, is this even, like... Is this even swimming, like... Oh, it is actually kind of deep, huh? Oh, it's even fishing deep. Okay, fine, fair enough. Alright, we can do this with Xiao because Xiao is very short and will therefore drown more easily.
Help! Help! Someone's drowning! If only there was a kind-hearted Adeptus here to save us! Oh no! Whatever will a Paimon do?
I find it really funny that I'm doing this as an Adeptus, but...
What is going on?
I use that. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, now I'm really glad I picked Xiao.
How do you feel right now?
Oh, Shenna as well.
Shenhe! And the Conqueror of Demons.
Why don't you say something? Please don't make Paimon explain it.
Paimon, you deserve to explain it.
Okay, fine. Paimon will explain. We're looking for an Adeptus who's good at being a lifeguard and playing music. But if the Adepti aren't gonna stay home, then how are we supposed to find them?
It wasn't me.
Yeah, so this Adeptus is most likely a woman.
And I am not an Adeptus, as you both already know, Traveler and Paimon.
Okay, so this is Paimon's fault. No way Paimon would have suggested this idea if she'd known how awkward this was gonna be.
Glad you're okay.
Oh, such a tsundere.
As far as I know, the one you seek is no Yaksha. And one last thing. Your actions here caused others a great deal of worry. Do not repeat them again in the future.
Okay, as easy as it is to dunk on Paimon for suggesting such a stupid idea, what the hell is wrong with Traveler for going along with this idea? And Ganyu as well. Ganyu endorsed this too. Like, what the hell, man?
As ever, the Conqueror of Demons comes and goes, just like the wind.
Get it? He's an animal user.
Right. I didn't dare to say a word just now. How's your training going, Shenhe? Have you made any plans for Lantern Rite? We could spend it together in Liyue Harbor if you'd like.
Oh, I had planned to spend the festival with Master this year. However...
Oh, speaking of Cloud Retainer, when did you see her last?
Earlier this morning, she set off for Mount Hulao at dawn.
I like to call that one Mount Hu Tao.
I noticed she was using an Adeptus art of some kind to protect a mechanism that looked like a boiler. Maybe it was a gift for Mountain Shaper. I did not inquire.
So we just missed her. Please excuse me for a moment. I think I'll leave the gift in her abode.
Sure. Thank you.
It sounds like Ganyu and Shenhe have gotten a lot closer recently.
Yes. During the summer and winter, I continue to train with Master. In the other months of the year, I have been learning to adapt to human life in Liyue Harbor. Ganyu arranged accommodations for me in the city, and also recommended several work positions for me. But when I try to blend in by referring to her as Miss Ganyu or Lady Ganyu, like the others, she says I mustn't address her like that. Sometimes I'm supposed to copy other people. Sometimes I'm not. It's a little difficult to keep track of everything. Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, you're too familiar with her.
Noted. So, you came looking for Master today because you wanted to ask her about the Mystery Adeptus. Is that right?
Yep. Oh, speaking of that, have you ever heard any music while out training in the mountains?
Music? What is that?
Oh my god. I don't know if this is a case of not touching grass or touching too much grass if you don't know what the concept of music is.
It's... a kind of...
Okay, I'm done.
How do you describe
I
music to
also left her a
someone?
note so that she knows where to find us. We won't miss her again.
Like, how do you describe music to someone who's a complete novice, though? Like, it feels like such a, I guess, like, intrinsic concept that, like, music is music. It's so simple. Music are, sounds, made in certain patterns that people listen to for recreation, I guess.
Yay! That's really helpful. Thanks!
We were just talking about this thing called music, and based on Paimon's description, I do believe I hear it every day.
Okay.
Please follow me.
Oh, really? Great, let's go!
To her cultivation place, okay. Oh. Lar. I'm so used to having Kazuha or Wanderer that Xiao's traversal ain't cutting it.
This is the place. I enjoy training here to the sound of music.
That's a movie.
Oh no! Paimon's gone deaf! Paimon can't hear anything!
My condolences.
Oh, whew! Paimon hasn't gone deaf after all! Paimon heard... anyway...
The faint sound of birdsong, the quiet murmur of the streams. These are relaxing sounds. Are they not the music of which you speak?
Oh... Paimon wasn't quite done with the description. Okay, fine. It's all Paimon's fault. What we're looking for are not the...
Oh. And a melody.
Yeah, that's also why, that's also why I was thinking of using the word melody, but, how do you but like, if someone doesn't know what music is, then they're not gonna know what a melody is either. Also, hello, Thimble, you is here now indeed. Okay, if I sell Paimon, she's gonna, like, be annoying about it, but if I bully Ganyu, then she's just gonna be like, there's a non-zero chance she might actually cave and do it.
Huh?
Hey, why don't you just sing that one melody Shen has heard before? It'll probably help her to understand what we're talking about.
Sell Paimon, she's probably worth a lot. No, she's more of a... Okay, Paimon is more of a liability than an asset. All she does is, like, deplete your food resources.
Was that from the opera that Yoonjin sang?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's a melody, and melodies can be called music.
It felt like I was transported back to the past. In my mind's eye, I could see the Zhao lanterns lighting up the night sky again. We're all there, raising our glasses and drinking to our heart's content on the Jade Chamber. As I watched Yunjin's performance, I felt a
Eugene.
warm
Oh, that makes
sensation
sense.
in my heart. And as the drink reached my stomach, it went from warm to hot. When you hummed that melody just now, feelings from a whole year ago came right back to me, as strong as... So that's the power of music.
Musica.
Wow, Shenhe. That was so deep! Music definitely has the power to bring up memories. It's like a time capsule with all the special moments from our lives squished inside. What about you, Ganyu? Are there any melodies that have left a deep impression
The
on
Glaze
you?
Lily one.
I don't remember if my parents ever sang any lullabies to me.
That's how body temperature works, idiot.
I know some local folk songs. And a few other things come to mind, too. The songs of the sailors down at the docks. The little ditties that the vendors call out in front of their beloved shops. The tunes of folk artists performing on the streets. Yes, that's right. In the past, whenever I heard the sound of those tunes, I always felt that they were worlds apart from me. Nenny and Liyue probably view me as a non-human. And they are right, in the sense that I never could connect with humans' artistic expression and their sentiments. So I haven't been able to integrate into their community and be a part of their lives. At least, that's the view I held in the past. Only more recently did I start to realize that the only barriers are ones that I have erected with my imagination. The way those melodies make me feel isn't all that different from other people after all.
Okay.
They're about mundane details of everyday existence. Life's ups and downs, joys and sorrows. Even though we come from different backgrounds and have different stories to tell, when it comes down to the most common things that we see and experience around us each day in the city, in that sense, we're all the same.
You go, Ganyu! You're really making progress. You have
Character
lots of
development.
friends in Liyue Harbor when you think about it.
Oh no, oh no. What? Oh god, I'm waiting in trepidation.
Maybe some are more like coworkers and bosses, but at the very least, Kuching and Shenhe are your friends now, right?
Come on, look change. All right, I was expecting something far worse because I do have actual like songs there. So I have. Oh yeah, so the channel points. Where's the metal pole sound? Okay, I haven't added that one yet because that one takes a lot more work to add and I didn't have time. I'll try to add it before the next stream though. But I will add the metal pole sound eventually. But yeah, if you actually look down below the stream at the panels on the left side, there should be a new panel that has all the stuff you can redeem. Those ones are paid. They only cost $1 because cheap. Because I can only have 5 free ones that cost channel points, and then I can have up to 30 paid ones. I decided to make the paid ones longer because I figured, okay, if I'm gonna make y'all cough up $1, then I could just like, yeah. Although wait, now that I think about it, I wonder if I can make it cheaper than $1. I should check. Anyway.
Yes, I am.
All right, Shenhe has friends now.
Technically speaking, we should refer to each other by the conventional forms of address used among fellow disciples. But now that I know what constitutes a friendship, I do believe we are more friends than co-disciples.
Thank you, everyone.
Once the days are warmer, I would like to host you at my home in the city. Please invite Kuching as well.
Okay, I know it's because she's standing on a hill at a point that's higher than everyone, but you couple that with the fact that Shenhe is just a tall character, she is towering over everyone.
I've planted many types of flowers. I'm sure some of them will be to your taste.
You are too kind. I couldn't possibly.
Nonsense. You are my friend. I have cultivated and cared for the flowers just as you taught me. Once you've seen them for yourself, I am sure you can advise me how to do an even better job next time.
Where are the cheer emotes? They're not the alerts. They're so for the bits alerts, you basically so underneath the stream, if you just scroll down and look at the panels, one of the panels should have sound alerts. Let me make sure I'm not tripping here. No, yeah, there it is. There's sound alerts. It's next to the donate. It's above YouTube. It's to the left of donations. It's 2 above Sekiro Deathless, which I should really stop shilling at this point. Oh, you see, good.
I will save some for decoration. We can feast on the rest.
Then, thank you in advance. Wait,
Do people say that? I'm not completely sure either.
It doesn't matter, okay? You got the point across. No need to split hairs.
Yeah.
Paimon's more concerned about your idea of a girls' night out. Eating flowers? Really? Does this have anything to do with you both being the disciples of that illuminated bird?
Okay, so while eating flowers for girls' night out, depending on what kind of flowers and where Cloud okay, depending on what flowers they are, that could actually make for a pretty wild girls' night out. Not gonna lie.
Who dares refer to one not by one's Adeptus
Oh
title,
shit!
merely as that illuminated bird?
Oh shit! Paimon's done it now.
Master,
our greetings, Cloud Retainer.
Ah! There it is! The illuminated bird has landed!
Double humph.
Double
now
humph.
she has the gall to use it rather than she, even after being chastised once already. Barely a moment has passed since we last met, and yet your impertinence has reached new heights. Very well. If you refuse to learn your lesson, one shall scold you no further. One has received your message from Ganyu. On the matter of the Adeptus you seek, one suspects to know their identity. Well, shall one lead the way?
I still have to complete my training for today, so I will bid farewell to everyone here.
Very well. Await my arrival at one's abode later this night.
Okay.
On this special occasion, you should indulge yourself with some savory dishes.
If you want to release a Shao Lantern, come and find us anytime.
Thank
Cool,
you,
cool.
everyone. Happy Lantern Rite to you too.
Thanks, Shenhe. See you later in the event. Have we haven't seen Yunjin in this event yet, have we? Oh, we're in the Guili Plains. You missed it earlier when we had to use ourselves as bait to, like, get an Adeptus to save us. And so as Shao, I went into the water and started to drown, and then the cutscene started and it was
Streamer
Shao who
doesn't
saved us.
build Crit Barber and Defense Alloy, 2023 colorized. Wow.
Okay, okay, I might not have Crit Barbara, but I do have EM Barbara. Look, this is... EM Barbara is actually, like, good for DPS. And, as far as Defense Aloy, why the fuck... what would Defense Aloy get me, Fimble? But anyway, thank you for the 100 bits. Thanks for the, text-to-speech.
Is this Guili Plains? Cloud Retainer, why did you bring us here?
Ganyu is of course familiar with the name Guizhong, but have you ever heard of her?
She would grant me defense. Okay, Genshin Impact is a game that rewards high like damage output over anything else. The only time you want a defensive character is if their defensive utility is either so strong that it lets you just like tank and power through like what would have otherwise been dodge windows to become DPS openings, or if they provide some other utility that can improve DPS. So, like, Zhongli, for example, is a shielder, but his shields are so strong that you can just tank through any attack in the game and just do your thing.
Guizhong is another name of Agentis, the god of dust. She was extroverted in nature and adored social gatherings and inventions alike. Long ago, this region was yet a prosperous assembly. Guizhong often invited her friends to visit her home, reserving for us seats around the largest stone table. Sea Gazer would always bring out his latest treasure and place it upon the table. He could be quite the braggart. Though usually a mild-mannered fellow, when it came to those collectibles he was so fond of, he always loved to show them off.
Paimon remembers that name. So that's what Sea Gazer was like.
He was an old friend and a former rival. One has many memories of him. Once he had brought out the treasure, it would predictably become the center of attention. Neither Guizhong nor Wan was content to let him just steal the spotlight. So we would then also present our proudest mechanical creations.
Oh boy, Guizhong show.
As Adepti, we were each gifted in our own ways, and naturally proud of our accomplishments in our respective fields of expertise. As a result, one often quarreled with Sea Gazer. His treasures were not even of his own making. He just used his exploration skills to dig them out of the ground. How, pray tell, could he compare to me, when every single one of one's accomplishments were crafted by one's own
Ooh,
hand?
she's still jelly.
Retainer, you are getting competitive again.
One digresses.
A-I-E-O-U.
Regardless,
U
every time an argument Guizhong
U.
would come over to
John
watch
Madden.
us during
Football.
our mutual
B-R-B-R-B-R-B-R-B-R-B-R-B-R.
On some occasions, she would join in.
Holla holla
And
get
on
dollar.
others,
Snake,
she'd take
snake,
one of us
snake.
by the limb and start uttering the most ridiculous
Is that it?
nonsense.
Is there more? Okay, I think that's it. But thank you for the text-to-speech, Fimble. That was pretty good. That was Moonbait. Oh, that's wait. I think I remember that. Oh, I think I've seen that video. I think you've shown me that video.
What kind of nonsense?
No kind of nonsense were we spared. Sometimes she would brazenly opine, why argue between yourselves when neither of you could ever hope to beat me? Other times, she would make unsolicited suggestions, such as, once you two are done arguing, let's go to the foot of the mountain and grill some meat. She always sought to make everyone happy, and one must say, she had quite the gift for it. No matter what nonsense she said, one never felt bothered or offended. It also helped that she never referred to one as that illuminated bird or lady bird.
She pissed off Crane. Okay, she's an old granny who's like had to deal with people's shit for multiple millennia.
Come on, get over yourself!
Rare Paimon dub.
Anyway, just as our impassioned arguments would reach the apex of acrimony, Marchosius would bring his delectable dishes to the table. Who would dare snub the stove god and his wondrous
Stove god?
creations?
There's a
At the
god of
sight
stoves?
them, we would all immediately drop the argument and prepare the table for a night of feasting and drinking. Back then, one was always bothered by how the cups Rex Lapis brought were always too square for one's taste. Can you see yourselves ever enjoying a drink from a square cup?
I mean, okay. You know, I never thought about it, but given Zhongli's like aesthetic, it makes perfect sense that he would make square cups. But also, chat, would you ever drink from a square cup? I want to say I've done it before, but what about wine? I think he might actually have just like geometrically shaped like wine glasses, because when you see like all of his like geo-constructs, they've all got like sharp angles. Like it's basically Minecraft but prettier.
Then you are most tolerant, but that is its own virtue.
Your family's Cuba bakes cups? Okay, yeah.
Even one could never find fault with Marchosius's cooking. As we ate, Guizhong would continue to find topics for conversation. Each of those old fossils had their character flaws and points of obstinacy. So why was it that whenever we dined together, we always had a mark? We would drink together from a spot high in the mountains until the moon set and the sun rose, and only then would the banquet finally come to an end.
God damn.
Streetwood Rambler would often remain to admire the flowers with Guizhong before returning to her own abode. The glaze lilies were far more abundant back then. Entire fields of them would appear to the eye
Oh,
as
that's
a
right.
veritable sea of flowers.
Streetward Rambler?
That would be Ping. You probably
Madam
know her as
Ping?
Madam Ping.
Oh,
That's right.
okay. Wait, this is a lovely story and everything, but didn't we come here to find that Adeptus from Mr. Dvorak's story?
I think what she's trying to say is that Guizhong might be the Adeptus.
Or are you saying that it was Guizhong? Didn't she, already,
Die, you can say pass away, Paimon.
Alas, long has one avoided this place for precisely that reason. The sights here are a reminder of a time long gone, and evoke much sorrow. One should have guessed that you would disrupt one's poignant moment of mourning with your incessant questioning. No matter, one will share the whole story with you now.
Oh,
In
cutscene?
times gone by, one quarreled oft with Guizhong concerning mechanical principles. We each had our ideals, and neither would yield. Under the pretext of a social gathering,
There they
one
are!
invited the impartial Rex Lapis to judge the quality of our creations.
Guizhong Ballista
Rex
on the left.
Lapis declared that Guizhong's Obscuro Vulpus mechanism was superior.
Aw. That's
Though
human cloud
one was too
retainer.
proud to acknowledge it.
She's
In one's heart, one knew that Guizhong was indeed the superior talent in the mechanical arts. As for the story between Guizhong and Streetward Rambler, that begins with a certain bell. In Guizhong's opinion, while mechanisms were no substitute for human composers, they were yet capable of producing simple but fine melodies. But Streetward Rambler believed music to be an expression of the soul.
Oh, it's young Madam
An
Ping.
emotional enterprise that could never hope to be replicated by machinery. They argued endlessly until one asked Rex Lapis to intercede. He confiscated the bell and designated it for ceremonial use. Thereafter, one would often find them convening in the mountains, discussing music, mechanics, and all the affairs of the mortal world. But these good times were not to last. War broke out between the gods, and soon engulfed the Guili plains. Guizhong was overpowered by the enemy, and fell in battle. When Streetwood Rambler and I arrived at the scene at long last, all that remained among ruins was her lifeless body. After this, at Streetwood Rambler's request, Rex Lapis granted her the cleansing bell for safekeeping. To honor our friend's memory, one made a few finishing touches to her ballistic device. Many lantern rites have passed since then. Many greetings and goodbyes. Upon what do you gaze? The Guili Plains?
No. It's everything. We think of human life as like a lantern that's lit one minute and extinguished the next. But are we Adepti so different? Perhaps as dust settles after a storm, we too must one day return to the world below.
One has always been austere and private by nature, and has never relished socializing. One's dealings with Guizhong were born out of discussions on the discipline of mechanics.
Okay, I just want to say real quick, human cloud retainer looks so much like Bayonetta. Oh my god.
What? You have loads of friends, and you seem pretty chatty.
Just because one is not ignorant of social graces does not mean one is fond of them. One is perfectly capable of partaking in conversation despite being introverted.
Okay. This is such a fucking, like, oh my god, she just like me for real moment. Like, think about the people who play Genshin Impact, like gamers or like introverted and whatnot, all that fun stuff. They see shit like this, be like, oh my god, she's just like me. I hate people, but I'm not socially awkward too.
But in the end, one is nothing like Streetward Rambler. She is dauntless but thoughtful, not to mention eloquent and wise. Moreover, her friendship with Guizhong was far greater than one's own. Back when they were rivals, they would often compete against one another in the realm of musical composition. That cleansing bell was one of Guizhong's proudest works, having the ability to both compose and perform.
Wait, so it might have been Madame Peng who saved the,
Wait, that's weird. Didn't Madame Ping say she pestered an old friend for that bell? And she also said something about being a vain beauty when she was young or something.
She did look pretty in that
Streetward
cutscene.
Rambler, a vain beauty. My foot. That bell has a sad history. Clearly, she refrained from sharing with you the truth of its origins, since the right time had not yet come. As for her old friend, who else could it be? As soon as Streetward Rambler heard that a certain Zhang Li wished to borrow the bell, she realized that the man was none other than Rex Lapis, and that he had made an enormous decision. After all, we all have known each other for several millennia. Some things between us are implicitly understood.
Whoa! So they were talking in secret code? Oh, Paimon did not see that one coming.
That reminds me, we never got to give Zhongli the nascent bamboo shoots, huh?
Enough of your intrusions. Where was one up to? Ah, yes. One remembers now. The cleansing bell is powered by a mechanical art, and can be used to great effect as an accompanying instrument. After the passing of its creator, it was used on numerous occasions during rites of parting. But Streetward Rambler did not acquire it from Rex Lapis for the purpose of producing further funerary tunes. No. Each time she rang it, it was to play the tune that Guizhong composed on it. The two once clashed over their beliefs about the meaning of music. Who would have thought that with Guizhong's passing and Streetward Rambler's mourning, two tunes composed in discord would eventually become one harmonious composition? Once upon a time, Streetward Rambler also loved gatherings, liquor, and music. But after Guizhong passed, she preferred her own company. She could often be found sitting alone at a mountain summit, contemplating and reminiscing with her zither.
If you're in like a big friend group and like the life of the party like passes away yeah.
The music would go from mournful to soothing to impassioned. Many years passed before she finally composed a melody to her satisfaction. In celebration, she played the tune to the clouds. Regrettably, one has only ever heard her play that tune once, which brings one back to the matter you've been investigating. Perhaps it was during that performance that the ancestor of your Fontaine friend fell into the water.
Yeah.
And was saved by Streetward Rambler.
But if she was so happy with the melody, why would she only play it once?
One was also greatly perplexed by this. After suppressing one's curiosity, in response she said, "Though the strings that played that melody survive, the one who inspired it is gone. Tell me, Cloud Retainer, when the one attuned to my soul is no longer here, who else could hope to understand this tune?"
Aw, poor Madame Ping.
I just remember being taken care of by you when I was young. Once the Archon War came to an end, I stayed behind in Liyue Harbor to honor my contract. Although I met Guizhong a few times, I never knew anything of this particular story.
Guizhong was quite the visionary, but tragically passed before her time. Her manuscripts still lie unfinished in the realm of clouds.
Yeah, I think they're at her domain.
Blank pages give one cause for contemplation on what might. Had you not decided to search for that mystery Adeptus, perhaps these stories, too, would have been lost to the sands of time. As of now, you know the truth. That the Adeptus who rescued the drowning man was none other than Streetward Rambler. Do you intend to discuss this with her?
She might not appreciate it if we brought this up.
Ping might find a
Yeah.
topic too distressing.
Precisely. The passing of our old friend is a heavy topic that...
If I may be so bold, Cloud Retainer, could it be that this is just your own personal opinion?
Oh? How so?
I've been in Leo Harbor for quite a long time now, and I've witnessed many farewells along the way. So I, too, am well acquainted with the pain of the passing of a loved one, but this doesn't bring the city or its people to a standstill. They have to keep moving forward. Someone as perceptive and wise as Ping will surely have come to understand and embrace this. Though these immortal mountains have lost an adeptus, the harbor of mortals has gained a wise elder. No loss can ever be undone, but there is always much that can still be gained. Ping has helped countless people, and will guide many others in the years to come. And all to whom she extends a helping hand become her friends. People she can admire flowers and discuss music with. Though it is heartbreaking to lose a kindred spirit, life goes on, because there are new friends waiting for you further down the road.
We even asked Madame Ping what she thought about adding a music festival to this year's lantern. When we get back, why don't we just ask her if she'd like to perform? Maybe we can even get her up on stage.
That I'd love to see that.
You youngsters and your
Why don't you come with us? It's been a long time since you last spoke with Ping, and Leo Harbor is always decorated so beautifully during the festival period.
Is not every lantern right the same in this regard? Were there ever anything new to discuss? One in Ping could meet any day of the year.
I disagree. Each new day and each new year is different from those that have come before. How long will you simply let them pass you by?
Do it for Ganyu.
The edibles she brought this time were indeed quite delectable.
Don't call them the edibles, my god. Yo, Cloud Retainer. Cloud Retainer is on. Okay, there's a joke to be made here about cannabis-infused edibles and the fact that she's the Cloud Retainer and being high and all that stuff. But this is like snuck up on me too suddenly for me to articulate it this quickly.
Very well. Then one will be off. If the other old fossils have sneaked away into the city to amuse themselves, one shall soon find out.
All right. We should be getting back to the harbor as well. We don't want to keep her waiting. Once the Guili Assembly, now the Guili Plains. Say, if we planted flowers there and cared for them carefully enough, do you think that one day we'd be able to recreate the sea of glaze lilies?
We have glaze lily seeds. I've been collecting them.
Allow one to take back one's praise from a moment prior. You are still far too given to flights of fancy, child.
What?
Oh.
Cloud Retainer? You were still listening?
One observed that you were making no effort to leave, and returned to chasten and hasten you. This time, one is departing in earnest.
Okay. Damn. Hey, Ping. How you doing? It's been a couple thousand years since the incident. You doing okay, Ping?
Whoa, Madam Ping and Cloud Retainer?
It appears you made haste after all. One arrived but moments before you.
Oh, bless my soul. To what do I owe the honor? How nice of you all to come and visit me.
Miss Illuminated Bird, haven't you said anything yet?
Said what, precisely? And why should one be tasked with saying it?
'Cause you're the one who's known Madam Ping the longest.
Street word. Or rather, presumably, you would prefer to be addressed as Ping?
Oh, Cloud Retainer, You are uncommonly polite today.
Given that Lantern Rite is almost upon us, the weather in the city is most pleasant, and a sweet floral fragrance lingers in the air. Ganyu, please continue from here.
Huh?
Yeah.
All right. So, this all started because we were trying to help Mr. Dvorak find the Adeptus who saved his ancestor's life. Cloud Retainer informed us that the one who played that melody and rescued the drowning man was none other than yourself.
Let me think. Yes, I do believe I recall that encounter.
Like, oh yeah, that was me. Just casually, this entire, like, culture, like, he said it was, like, the people in his village and stuff are all, like, or not village, in Fontaine, all, like, worship this story. So she's like, oh yeah, this major, like, cultural phenomenon. Yeah, that was me. Yeah, I think that happened.
What a long time ago that was. I'm surprised that you still remember it. Even more astonishing, perhaps, is the fact that this story has survived this long at all, when mortal lives are so very brief. It appears that she has proven herself right.
Who's...
We like to call her Guizhong. From the look in Cloud Retainer's eyes, I sense that she has already told you all about her.
Yup.
Albeit reluctantly, one might add.
There is no harm done. After all, Lantern Rite's very purpose is to commemorate the heroes who gave their lives for Liyue. Although Guizhong did not live to see the splendid sights of today, she was as much a hero as any other.
So, how has she proven herself right again exactly?
Once upon a time, she said to me that humans were a weak form of life she wished to protect with her wisdom. But as she interacted more and more with them, her opinions on them began to change. She marveled at the beautiful complexity of their spirits, the sheer splendor of all they could accomplish through their hard work and intelligence. She told us that to underestimate human potential would be to make a grave mistake. With the smallest amount of guidance, enormous power can be unleashed, and a human who has reached their full potential may well be her equal. Someone who could have as much to teach an Adeptus as to learn from them.
She always had a way with words. That her mechanical accomplishments were judged superior to one's own was, one suspects, in large part due to her sheer eloquence.
Speaking of mechanics, Cloud Retainer, do you still remember that potted plant mechanism? The one that the two of you gave me as a gift?
Of course. Guizhong and one both put an immense amount of effort into that gift. It would be no overstatement to call it a testament to each of our individual technical genius.
As Guizhong once said, it takes every blade of grass and every flower. When I see the sight of Liyue Harbor before us today, I am reminded of this.
Madam Ping looks very emotional right now.
You don't have to call her out on it, Paimon.
Of all of us, it was Guizhong who was the fondest of these grand and exciting occasions. If she were still with us, I'm quite sure she would still be trying to best Cloud Retainer's finest works at every opportunity.
Liyue Harbor is always filled with the sound of music at this time of the year. If she were here, one is certain that she would seek you out to discuss and debate the virtues of various melodies.
Oh, yeah! Music! We've been dying to ask. What was the melody that you played back then? Oh, also, with you being such a music expert and all, why don't you join the concert as a performer?
I'd love to see this granny
right away.
on stage.
As much as I don't wish to dampen your enthusiasm, it's been a long time since I played this zither. My fingers don't have the dexterity they once did, and whenever I play that tune, it always reminds me of her. I start wondering what she would think of the changes I have made to her melody. There was a period of time whenever I started strumming, it almost felt like she was back again. Sitting right there on the stone stool next to me, chatting away. Skybracer and Seagazer too, looking just like they did in the old days, no matter how much time goes by. The moment that melody starts playing, it transports me right back to that time in my memory.
Okay, being old sounds like it sucks. Like,
So the past still weighs heavily on your heart?
yeah, like basically this. Like between like Ping and Cloud Retainer, it sounds like getting old to a point where you outlive all your friends is just like pain.
Well, I would be lying to myself if I claimed to have completely moved on. But that is not to say that grief doesn't get easier with time. Despite the sadness, I have found many things that bring me joy in life. It is simply the nature of the world in which we live that even if one wished to mourn for an eternity, it would be a nigh impossible feat. Just look at this potted plant. Isn't it stunning?
Hey, there we go. There we go. That's the Madam Ping I know.
It takes an honest and open mind to confront and conquer grief. You have indeed made progress.
Be that as it may, I shall leave the lantern rite stage to the youth of today.
Well, if you're sure.
Granny!
Hey, it's Yanfei.
What's everyone doing here? Did something bad happen?
Ah, and now we've spooked Yanfei. No. Everyone's just here to give me their regards for the holiday.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm glad. Well, in that case, happy Lantern Rite, everyone.
Happy Lantern Rite. Oh, I just remembered that I have some work to do at Yuehai Pavilion that I need to discuss with Yanfei. I haven't been able to find a chance until now.
She sounds like she's lying and just making up an excuse, but knowing Gani, that's probably what's actually happened.
I will leave Mr. Dvorak in your capable hands. Cloud Retainer, Ping, we will be off for now.
Huh? Does it have to be right now? Which case is this again? Hey, Ganyu!
It seems Ganyu still has much to learn when it comes to the art of deception.
What a pity. She has learned nothing of one's ability to carry a conversation.
No, but the thing is, Ganyu just has like normal anxiety face, or anxiety way of speaking all the time, so that even if she does sound like unconvincing, for Ganyu, it doesn't deviate from her normal way of speaking. That it is absolutely and utterly convincing. Also, why am I being pinged? I'm just noticing this. Oh, okay, yeah, Fimmel just sent me a picture of the cubic mug that his family uses.
Since it's been so long, Cloud Retainer, why don't you stay? I'll make a cup of tea and we can chat.
Gladly. This was one's intention as well.
When you next see the Fontaine musician, please give him my regards. I'd like to wish him the very best.
You got it, Madam Ping.
Thank you all. I think you've listened to enough of my nattering for one day. As for that melody, I will play it for you all another time. Goodness knows I need to practice it first.
Wow, that'd be great. We'll look forward to it.
When that time comes, wherever her spirit may be among the countless grains of sand and specks of dust between the harbor and the mountains, perhaps she will look at the Liyue of today and steal a smile when she sees the prosperous land that it has become.
All right, let's go tell Mr. Dvorak the news.
Oh boy. Hey, want to meet the person who saved your ancestor? There he is with Kaching.
Mr. Dvorak! Ah, and Kuching's here too! Thanks for helping set all of this up.
Welcome back. Did everything go well?
Really, really well. We found the person Mr. Dvorak was looking for.
Are you serious? I see. So the melody my ancestor heard was an adeptus remembering her late friend? That certainly explains why it was such a powerful and poignant tune.
Huh. That's a really interesting first reaction. Guess that comes with having a musical mind.
I have to say, though, it's hard to believe that the fairy from the tale is now an elderly granny.
Oh, Paimon knows exactly what you mean. Normally, Adepti don't age at all. But Streetward Rambler, or Madam Ping as we know her, probably only became old because it's what she wanted for herself.
Madam Ping possesses vast knowledge and great wisdom. Whatever physical form she may decide to take, her mind and wits are as sharp as they come.
Yep, Ka-Ching summed it up perfectly. That's exactly what Paimon was trying to say.
I think... yes. I must thank her in person. That can wait until after the concert, though. For now, I need to devote all my emotional energy to the performance.
Speaking of, Madam Ping wishes you all the best at the music festival. Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that she'll stay in her usual spot, but listen to the performances from afar.
Yeah.
Wait, are you serious? Oh no, now I'm starting to get nervous. Okay, alright. Nope, another rehearsal is in order. Please excuse me, everyone.
Yeah, whenever I did theater stuff, the night before the opening night, we don't have any rehearsals.
He's already gone. Paimon wasn't even finished telling him everything. Before we set off on our search with Ganyu, he asked us about what music means to people. After our recent adventure, Paimon thinks we have a lot more to say about that now.
Please, share your insights with me.
Well, we found out that music can be used for good, but also for bad. It can make people happy and move. And music is like a kind of memory written in people's hearts. It can put you in touch with feelings from a totally different time and place.
It's a decent TLDR.
It sounds like you had an eventful trip. Don't worry, I'm sure Ganyu will fill me in on all the details shortly.
Wait, does that mean you're gonna carry on working?
Just a few things to wrap up. All the groundwork is done. As long as everyone enjoys the festival activities, all our efforts are worthwhile. Happy Lantern Rite to you as well.
That should be everything taken care of, right? Oh, no.
Oh, what are we forgetting?
Like she's forgetting something. Shoot! Latent...
The nation... I mentioned this! I was talking about this earlier!
Zhang said he wasn't in a hurry, so if we went now, there's probably still time, right? Anyway, even if we don't make it, it's not our fault. He could have totally picked him by himself. Anyway, let's go check with him at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
You are literally dealing with the most patient man in existence.
Turn right means that 2 years
Oh, hello. Hello. Yo, they got Hu Tao doing her fucking silly little Billy Churl idol.
Oh.
I have not seen you in over a year. How are you doing?
All right, let's take a break here. Oh wow, look who it is! Are you here to hang out with everyone's favorite funeral director?
So you're just casually practicing your rapping skills at the entrance to your funeral parlor? In broad daylight? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, where else is a better spot to practice your freestyle than at the front of a funeral parlor?
After everything we've been through, you don't see me for a hot minute, and you're back to being scared of your own shadow. We have all this open space, a clear view of the mountains behind and the sea in front. Not to mention we have several invisible audience members enthusiastically cheering us on. It's the perfect spot to rehearse.
Okay, whether or not she's talking about the actual ghosts that are cheering us on, or if she's just making it up. Purely up to interpretation.
Invisible audience members?
Gotta say, it took me a few days to get used to Director Who's way of talking.
Xinyan was pretty spooked too when she first got here. Just like when she sees a frog, but a giant frog with sharp teeth.
Yunjin!
Come on, knock it off.
Bruh.
What's wrong? I've never seen someone look so confused before. Well, don't worry, because Director Who's here to explain it all. There once was a Fontaine musician who went around town on a mission. He came door to door for his iridescence tour, looking for acts to audition. With my words, Xinyan's courts, and Yunjin as our mentor, we'll take the stage by storm with flames roaring and the whole audience calling for more.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
The whole
All right.
dance floor will be yelling encore, encore. Oh, now
No.
Oh, don't you
No.
worry about that. I'm pretty experienced on the stage, and I've already informed the Yuhong of all the pyrotechnics we're planning on using.
Oh god, you have two, like, two pyro girls on stage at once.
Huh. Guess we'll just have to trust Xinyan on this one.
Oh, Zhongli. He took one of those fancy meal boxes and set off for the
Oh,
mountains.
man.
Said he wanted to pay a visit to some old friends. It's a real pity that he couldn't be around for this. As well as being a true connoisseur of traditional art forms, he's able to appreciate Xinyan's performances too.
Yo, bass? Iconic Zhongli dub? Just because he's an old man doesn't mean he doesn't appreciate rock and roll? Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Matter of fact, he was the one who first invited me
Yo!
to come here.
Zhongli keeps winning? Let's go, let's go.
To tell the truth, though, I never thought I'd really find myself rehearsing here one day.
Well, now you know. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is a great location. All of you are always welcome to come and hang out here, especially if you're in the mood to try something new. I can speak to that. Hu Tao is always full of fun surprises.
And jump scares.
Actually, Xinyan, I have some lyric ideas for your part. Do you want to go through them together?
Sure thing. I'm all ears.
Oh, Traveler in Paimon, I believe Zhongli was heading to Mount Hulao, so make sure you're hiking up the right hill.
There's something funny to me about Hu Tao saying Mount Hulao.
When you see Zhongli, please pass on this message to him. It's up to him whether he wants to support us at the performance tonight, but I expect him to make time for the upcoming banquet we're planning. No excuses. You should join us too. It'll be a riot. If there's one thing I've learned from being a funeral director, it's how to throw a party.
There is so... Okay. Hu Tao has such a small presence in the story, and when you consider how huge her fan base is, it's honestly quite impressive. And I remember doing Hu Tao's quest and being like, oh yeah, hell yeah, she's cool. But like it's been like a year since then. Now that that she's back for another event, I'm starting to remember why Hu Tao is fun. There is so much to unpack in this one sentence. My god. Holy hell. Right, Mount Hulao, this isn't Cloud Retainers, this is, this Mountain Shapers domain? Oh, Hellar. Oh, what have we got here?
Paimon sees them! It's Illuminated Deer! And Illuminated Bird number 2!
Jesus Christ, Paimon.
A familiar face.
Mooncarver.
Have you come from Liyue Harbor? How is the city nowadays?
Everything's great! But you know, if you're so curious, you can always go and check it out for yourself.
In fact, Mooncarver has been taking many walks on Mount Tianheng in recent times. I believe the sights of the city are quite familiar to him.
Zhongli! Here you are! We've brought the bamboo shoots you wanted.
Impeccable timing.
It's literally been in-game, in-universe, it has been over 2 days. What? What?
Traditionally, bamboo shoot soup ought to be slow cooked for many hours on low heat. Using Adeptus arts to hasten the process is something of a shortcut.
Wait, that mechanism, is that?
Indeed. Cloud Retainer kindly lent me her supreme cuisine machine.
Can we not just call it a cooking machine? Actually, never mind.
Yo, Cloud Retainer out here with the Mickey D's edibles machine.
She seems to take a lot of pride in her mechanical gizmos, so it's probably best if Paimon doesn't go changing the name willy-nilly.
I trust that you found the answers you were seeking during your recent journey. Excellent. The past should be remembered, but not overly dwelt upon. Our journey should be seen as a means to take on more from the world around us. When the bamboo shoot soup is ready, I must insist that you try some for yourself.
Oh, Zhongli, Hu Tao told us to tell you something. She said it's up to him whether he wants to support us at the performance tonight. When she says performance, she must mean the land. As for the banquet, she didn't tell us anything more about that, but she invited us to come as well.
As you can see, I have a prior engagement with 2 Adepti friends of mine tonight. Please, give Director Hu my best wishes for the performance. As for the banquet, since the director insists, far be it from a mere consultant like myself to refuse.
Yay! Then we'll see you there?
Okay.
Absolutely.
Rex Lapis, the bamboo shoot soup is ready.
Thank you. I will examine it right away. The appearance is exquisite, and the aroma rich and intense. The craftsmanship of this machine is commendable indeed. Since you came all this way, you should not leave empty-handed.
Yo.
Please, take some soup. It tastes most exquisite while still warm.
Catch me having soup for dinner tonight. Piping hot bamboo. I think this is Zhongli's signature dish.
I intend to reminisce with my old friends for a while longer. You ought to get back to Liyue Harbor. There is a performance you do not want to miss.
Had one known that Cloud Retainer was in possession of such eminently useful devices, one would have sought to borrow one from her long ago.
And yet, since you share my lack of enthusiasm for mechanisms and fine dining, it would have become a mere decorative ornament.
Not so. Had one had such a device to make up for one's lack of culinary prowess, Shenhe would not have had to rely on flowers and herbs alone for sustenance.
In that case, shall we rendezvous with Cloud?
A fine idea. A fine idea.
Also, I just realized Mountain Shaper's name is so close to Summit Shaper, which is the name of the really shitty sword that you can get that used to be Albedo's signature. Also, I feel like they should update Zhongli's dialogue about Hu Tao because, like...
The current overseer of the funeral parlor? I cannot deal with that child.
So, I don't think this is... I feel like some of the older descriptions don't really make that much sense, but, like... I feel like Zhongli and Hu Tao have a better relationship than that. Oh, cutscene!
I'm honored to be here on the Iridescence Tour stage. All right, without further ado, I'm Xinyan, this is Hu Tao, and this is a little something called... the Blaze Lilies!
Oh my god. Yo to the national team.
I'm up here blazing trails through the midnight sky, lighting up the world below. And when the crowds all hear my voice, they'll meet the spirit of rock and roll.
Let's go! Hey, you butterfly, you too buzzing by, guiding your way to the afterlife, opening the path without a fright. Oh, I'll light the fire, watch it blaze across the universe. I'll spit my rhymes, watch your step, or you'll get burned. Hey, woo!
Is this why I saw a bunch of memes comparing Hu Tao to Calliope Mori?
Does anyone have any plans tomorrow? With another year behind us, I think we deserve a celebration of our own. My treat. Interested?
The Tianquan footing the bill? I can't miss out on that.
Shao, take a break for God's sake. Yo yo.
Master, listen!
May the year ahead be a blessed one.
I believe it shall be.
Master, the Shao Lanterns,
Elementary. One shall fashion for you a Shao Lantern, the likes of which the world has never seen.
Oh?
And you must take it to Liyue Harbor to display its magnificence for all.
Okay. Hey, Agree, thanks for the bonk.
Listen!
Wait. Oh my god. Single harmony for an irreplaceable soul. Okay, that's... Genshin account review? You want me to review your account? You crowned your... Oh, I gotta see this. Okay, wait, hold up. Let's see here. And 90'd. Okay, wait. First, let me clear the red exclamations. Excuse me. Alright, so we go to friends. Where are you? Okay, I don't think you're that low down. Yeah, here you are. Oh boy, we have the quadruple Archon squad. Alright, Raiden with 1700 attack. Okay, good. So apparently Jade Cutter is considered to be of equal value to the catch on Raiden's Shogun. That being said, Jade Cutter is such a universal weapon that no, give the catch to either Raiden or Xiangling. But if you have Raiden, I'd prioritize her. So yeah, good decision. All right, wait. Do you have the energy recharge, attack? Okay, good. You did that thing. C0. I think my talents look exactly like this as well. It's not a bad crit rate. Yeah. So okay. I see a lot of accounts where you'll have okay, on a lot of characters like DPS characters like Ganyu or Ayaka or Shao or Ito, they'll have these like really like impressive looking crit ratios, like 70 to 80 crit rate and like well over 200 crit damage. I realize though that the reason why those characters are able to get such good crit ratios is because they will either be using a crit weapon or they ascend crit themselves. Raiden does neither. She ascends energy recharge and has an energy recharge weapon. So, I've seen that, the target for energy recharge is like... So, okay. I see different people will recommend different things, but like 264 does seem to be on the higher end, but like, yeah, it's still good. I wouldn't say this is too much, but this is definitely on the higher end. You have really good, so if you're using the catch, so this is a basically 80 crit rate, and if we just, hang on, it gives how much damage? Like 32 damage then. Yeah, this is a good, like, really great 1-to-2 ratio. And you have really good attack as well. Really, really, really good Raiden. Okay, let's see what you did with Zhongers. Alright, he doesn't have that much HP. Okay, yeah, that's... Alright. 2-piece Tenacity and 2-piece Shime. Okay, I see this is... With an attack Sans, Geo damage, crit circuit. Ah, okay. Alright, so you're going for DPS then. Alright, so the shields on your Zhongli aren't going to be that strong, but he is doing a lot of damage. That's...
Osmanthus Y.
Okay, that's really good crit rate. Oh, okay, I gotta ask, what sort of damage... Oh, you're using Geo damage, so I'd imagine that you're, running him as a burst DPS? Because, the thing is, running Zhongli because there's, like, a few, like... Okay, there's a lot of builds that can work with him that I know are good. Like, there's physical DPS, there's burst DPS, and then there's Shielder, and then Shield Hybrid is also a thing. This fits into a really weird spot of... You're not getting the 4-piece Tenacity bonus. So you're not gonna have the Tenacity utility, and his HP isn't that high, so the shields aren't gonna be that strong. But in terms of damage, so I believe if you want to run him as a burst DPS, Emblem usually tends to be Tenacity Domain has been seeing. Oh, okay, so you have been trying for more Tenacity. Yeah, because the build I usually like to see is 4-piece Tenacity with an HP Sans, but like otherwise balanced DPS stats. Because if you go that way, then his HP is going to be big enough that his shields will be strong. You'll have the 4-piece Tenacity buff to buff your party. And if you use, like, you know, like a Geo Goblet and a Crit Circlet, then he'll still be able to do decent damage with his burst. That's the one I usually like to go with. And you have a really good weapon for him, too. So, yeah. If you are going for... It sounds like you are trying to farm the Tenacity Domain. I'd say that in the meantime, these are really good temporary artifacts. Although I think you're good... I would focus more on crit damage than crit rate. I think you've definitely hit a solid good crit rate threshold. Like, obviously... Okay. You can never... As long as you're below 100, there's the saying of you can never have enough crit rate. But I think that as far as your ratio goes, you'd benefit from more crit damage as opposed to crit rate going forward. And you have decent energy recharge as well, so yeah. Yeah, good genres for now. Okay, Venti. I remember you and I both went for DPS, Venti. So, okay, yeah, I also use the stringless. Do you have any other stringlesses? Because this is a really good weapon worth refining. If not, then, like, don't sweat it. R1 is still really good, but if you can get R5, it's good. Okay, good, yeah. 4-piece VV, because there is nothing else you use on him. And, okay, Attack Sans, Animal Goblet, and Crit Circlet. Ooh, okay. Okay, I think, it's not worth crowning, but it is worth level... I think it's worth level 9ing Skyward Sonnet, his skill, because it does do good damage. Like, it does, like, a solid 20k, which can finish off, like, an enemy or two if you're in a tight spot. Yeah. Yeah, I mean... Solid... Like, again, for characters who don't ascend a crit or use a crit weapon, then your crit stats aren't gonna be YouTube thumbnail material, but this is still, like, solid for someone who's not using a crit weapon or ascending crit. Like, okay, I noticed your circlet's kind of unfortunate. What's your off-piece like? This is... No, that's really good. This is a better Sanj than what I've got, so well done. Okay, yeah, energy recharge is good. Oh, this all went into EM. Oh. Yeah, I mean... Okay, wait, how much EM does he have over... He has 250 overall. Like... So the thing is, if you went, like, full EM into Venti, you could do a... So, this is why they say, like... So, with I've said this before, and I'll say it again. With Venti, you either go full EM build, or you go, like, attack, anno damage, crit. And, attack anno damage crit only really overtakes EM if you get like the perfect substats and whatnot. And that being said, though, getting EM artifacts is very, very difficult. So I gotta ask, Oinkry, have you been strongboxing VV at all? Because I myself have been strongboxing VV to get better artifacts for Venti and Kazuha. And just from passively strongboxing, I've managed to get a few EM VV pieces. I'm not using them because I was very fortunate with my substat rolls for my DPS artifacts. But if you have a lot of leftover 5-star artifacts, it might be worth strongboxing VV. And even if you don't get EM, I definitely see like room for improvement with like this, for example. And I think around, like, I'd say as long as you have over 50 crit rate, that's decent. But you can definitely get a bit more crit damage, I feel. And 145 energy recharge is good. Venti is a battery simply by existing, so you don't need that much on him. Okay, Nahida. That's not a lot of EM, but let's see here. Okay, so you have her weapon. Okay, I see. Alright, this tells me a lot of what I need to know. Okay, good. You have a crit circlet. Yeah, so between the weapon and the 3 artifact slots, you want 3 out of 4 to be EM, and you want 1 of the 4 to be crit. Or dendro damage bonus, but I would recommend crit. Okay. Alright, this isn't... She doesn't really need that much energy recharge because her burst is so cheap anyway, but this isn't bad, especially because it's on set. This is good. Alright, this is really good. This is really good. Okay. So it does just come down to these two, huh? The 2 hardest artifacts to get EM on. For a 4-star artifact, this is really good. This is, obviously this is temporary until you, oh wait, hang on, I'm just realizing this is dendro damage. Okay, wait, now that I see this is dendro damage. Yeah. Okay, okay. It's harder, it is statistically harder to get an EM cup than a dendro cup. And I think this is good for now, but I would honestly recommend an EM goblet over a dendro goblet. Because, that way unless you have another party member who just has ungodly amount of EM in your Nahida parties. But, the only character I could think of would be, because since you're running, especially since you're running DPS Venti, the only character I would think of is Kazuha. And, well, you could run Kazuha in a number of Nahida parties. You wouldn't run him in every party, and if you get Nahida to at least 800 EM, then you're guaranteed to have like a 200 EM buff to all your party members. And I think having an EM goblet would, or an EM circlet as well. And since you're already, yeah, I would still recommend crit over dendro damage if you have to pick one, but yeah, so what you could do is, since this is your off piece, you could put like an off-piece EM circlet if you have one on hand. Or eventually, if you do get an EM on-set goblet, you could put that here as well. And good, yeah, you crown this, yeah, that's good. Okay, not a bad crit ratio. That's good. That's good. Yeah, typically, she asks for more crit damage because she gets decent crit rate from her passive. But this is a pretty good ratio, yeah. And you were fortunate enough that you actually were able to get Deepwood. Got near raid on roulette. Let's go. Enjoy the music in the near raid, Fimble. Okay. Let's see what your Benny's doing. Okay, so Fab, yeah. I myself use Skyward. Okay, this is basically the battery option. How much base attack do you have on him?
Oh, ow.
Okay, it's not bad, not bad. Okay, good. No bless. Okay, sorry about that. I have a phone alarm set here. Okay, energy recharge. Oh, you go. Okay, attack percent and crit. Ah, okay. Yeah, I see the two strats for Benny are you either go HP healing bonus or you go like pyro damage or attack in this case and crit. Either one works. But especially if you're using him as a noblesse, not a noblesse. If you're using him as a fab user, then this is really good. Especially because this also has energy recharge as a sub. Unfortunate. Yeah, the good Bennett constellations are C1 and C5. Yeah, you've crowned his burst. Okay, well, how much crit rate? All right, yeah, 54 crit rate. So you're gonna be getting good particle generation, and that is. You can never have enough energy recharge on Bennett. You'll never have enough energy recharge on Bennett. This is really good. Yeah, you might not have like the biggest buff on your Benny, but he's definitely gonna be the most consistent. Okay, let's see your Shengling. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this could work. All right, but what sands are you running? Okay, yeah, I was about to say, if you're running an energy recharge weapon, then you don't need energy recharge sands, and my god, this is a powerful sands. This is, wait. The fact that this is emblem, the fact that this is attack with double crit and energy recharge, and has 40 crit value, this is probably one of the best artifacts I've ever seen. My god. Holy hell, this is really good. Okay, wow, you actually, yeah. Yeah, my Shengling is very scuffed, but... What the hell? Wait, what flower are you using on your Raiden? Okay, no, that's also really good. Alright. Okay, damn. What's your ratio? This is a really good Shengling. Yeah, wow. Yeah, well done. This is 10 out of 10. Like, if you, hypothetically, if you gave her the catch instead of Raiden, then you'd have a bit more energy recharge, and, you'd even have, like, a even more busted crit ratio, but Raiden should take priority for the catch. If you ever decide to pull Engulfing Lightning, then I feel like you'll be one very happy camper. Yeah, but C6, that's good. Wait. Hold on. Oinkery. Why did you crown Guoba before Pyronado? I need to... There are some answers that I will accept, but I need to hear this. What? I need to hear it straight from your... I need to hear it straight from the source. Oinkery. Why? Why did you crown Guoba before... Who is this? No, Adriano, I don't... No, I'm doing an account review. I need answers. I also need to end the stream because I have a work meeting in like 12 minutes. Is Oinkery still there? I don't know if she still is. Okay, I think Oinkery may have left us. Alright, seeing as how Oinkery is no longer with us in chat. We'll never... Okay. So to anyone watching, don't do this. Alright? Like, I don't really bother leveling up Guoba all that much because... Okay, while the damage isn't negligible, it's not nearly as beneficial as leveling up Pyronado, because Pyronado is what makes Shengling really, like, cracked. But, like... The only reason I can see leveling up Guoba on top over Pyronado is if you think Guoba's cute. That's it. That's the only reason. If you're trying to like min max and like optimize the way you level your Shingling's talents, Pyronado is the absolute far and away #1 thing you want to level. Guoba's really just there for like the crowning. Oh my god, because he's also okay, that's fair. If your priority is to crown the gods, then fair enough. Okay. I respect that. All right, if your goal is to simply crown the gods, then I'd say this is mission accomplished. You have, yeah. Okay, the only thing I will say though, as far as crowning gods goes, is you want to crown your Xingqiu's Q. You've probably already done that by now because I remember seeing you use Xingqiu a lot, but that's the other god who I think is worth crowning because Xingqiu is also an underappreciated god. At least I find in my experience he is. But yeah, alright, fine. As far as crowning gods go, fair enough. The only thing I will say though is that it is definitely worth using that extra crown towards Pyronado if you have a spare crown. And also, okay, I know that like, well, okay, I say okay. Crowns are usually provide very diminishing returns after a certain point, which is why, in terms of talent priority, you can get away with just leveling them up to level 9 or 12 if you have the Constellation. The two crowns, the two talents that are far and away the best to crown are, that I know of, are Xiao's normal attacks. I know you don't have Xiao, but because the scaling on his from level 9 to level 10 is significant. And the other one I've found is actually Zhongli's E skill. Granted, you don't have a lot of HP on your Zhongli anyway, but if you did, and you did like give him more HP, then there is a pretty, like I've seen people, I've seen the math, and you actually do get quite a bit of shield strength from level 9 to level 10 on Zhongers. But yeah, other than that, no, this is great. And Raiden Shogun's E skill, no, there's no real reason to crown it. It's fine. But yeah, thank you for letting me review your account on stream, Winkery. That was fun, and I don't think I'm gonna have time to do the banquet on stream today, sadly. I can stream it tomorrow though if I do find the time, because I have a work thing in a minute or two. So, all right, let me just find a song to play us out on, and I think we'll be good here. Okay. Now, actually, no, better yet, I think we should raid someone, because there's another fellow Twitch streamer who I met recently named Amumu-sama, and she streams Genshin. She's not as like hardcore about it as we are, but she plays Genshin. She plays JRPGs and stuff, and she's currently doing a first playthrough of Persona 5 Royal. It's her second Persona game. The only one she's played beforehand is P4 Golden, but she's on the Madarame arc right now. It's May 15th, so I'd say let's give her some love. Okay, I'm going to raid channel. Raid Amumu-sama. And we'll start the raid. Okay. And if you are a sub, then, oh god, where is it? If you're a sub, then spam this emote in chat. Okay. Alrighty. But, also, I think I just scored a Twitch drop from watching my own stream. Anywho, Thank you everyone for joining today's stream. I have to cut. I'm on. Shut up. I'm gonna have to go now because my job is calling me to a thing. But I hope everyone has a lovely rest of your evening. I'll try to stream again tomorrow. We can do the end of this story, and hopefully we can even get some Fire Emblem in. But until then, hope y'all have a lovely rest of your evening and show Amumu lots of love. Bye-bye!
Indeed.
Oh, this is it! The painting I wanted to see in person.
Did you go vortex? Thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream?
I'm not sure, but
How
I sense this.
wow!